Hey everyone, so this is my discussion for unit number 2, and the discussion asks to look at Oriart's rules of games and his notion on it. And what he says that Americans want to exploit the rules as much as they want to adhere to them in contests in relation to sport. And we see that happen a lot in sport, and it also does, in my humble opinion, or actually it's fact, resonate in law and business, as a matter of fact. I mean, everybody is constantly looking for a certain loophole. Even in law, I mean, the whole notion of law, and I mean, the fact that, even if you're found guilty, we constantly have certain loopholes that give people like opportunities for a plea bargain, for example, or take away out from their punishment, or get early release, do some community service. So there's always constant loopholes in the law, and I think that that's what the law is all about. I mean, the whole notion of you might be found guilty, or you might be even convicted, but you still want to fight your case, and we always try to look for a loophole. And in contract, I mean, my sister's an attorney, so I mean, she's constantly looking at contracts, word for word, seeing if there's a loophole or a way out of something. And I know recently we had that experience, when we bought like a property, and this goes for business and law. And what we were trying to back out of it, to get it for a lower rate than we actually bought it for, was this as-is condition, cash-only offer. But we couldn't get out of the contract because it was as-is and no contingencies. However, after reading the contract thoroughly, you find that there's a certain way you can get out of it. And that was that what was not established in the contract was the price for the homeowners association every month that we'd have to pay. That should have been established in the contract. That got us out of it. That got us our buyer's premium back, our money back. So it's important, to always look for loopholes, and I mean it resonates throughout our society. And in relation to society, if we look at sport and society, we see how sports help shape society and cultures. More specifically, cultures. The book discussed, how different cultures played sports, and the human sacrifice nature of sport. Society helps shape sport, and different societies play different types of sports. I remember when I took the sociology class, the sociological and ethical issues in sports class, we discussed this thoroughly. I mean, we had a whole section, a whole unit on it, maybe more than one unit on it, where we discussed how sports influence our society and how society influences our sports. And it's really about the culture. And even today, if we go outside right now, if I go to the park, I'll see a certain group of people that, playing soccer. I'll see a certain group of people playing tennis. I'll see cultural clashes. So I see it really building society and building relationships in our society. So sports help shape that relationships in our society. And the book discusses very thoroughly, or actually briefly, it discusses how society or how cultures are formed from playing sports. More specifically, how cultures actually take on their specific culture through sport. I mean, their religious beliefs are practiced through sports. They have human sacrifices, for example, or they have certain rules at a certain culture. They play differently. We see this happen, substantially, in our society in the United States. I mean, if we look at the way that sometimes we play street versions of games as opposed to professional like NBA games where we have referees and all that, it really differs substantially. So you have a different environment where you play a game in, and you kind of learn how to adapt to that environment or sociological environment. So so to speak. So it's very, synergistic in terms of, society reflecting sport and sport reflecting society. So I think that they help build relationships, and I think they help build society. Or at a university, they help build. When we have students, playing, so it's a participatory nature of the game. So we have students who are on, or athletes who are on the field, and we also have spectators who are in the stands. So how that helps bring relationships together, and we're all engaged, and that's what helps shape the society, or helps bring a group of people together. So society we look at as a group, and I think that sports substantially help create that group environment. And yeah, that's it.